645 AD, Emperor Taizong of Tang China is marching to Korea with the largest army in the world. Taizong had already conquered the Silk Road, defeated the Eastern Turks, and made Central Asian kingdoms kneel. Chinese historians called him Tiankahang, the Great Khan of Heaven. Western historians call him China's greatest emperor. He personally led a force that some estimates put at over 100,000 soldiers, supported by a naval fleet. He lost. He went home. He tried again 2 years later. He lost again. Then he died. The man who beat him 3 times was a Korean military strongman who had seized power by massacring his king's court officials. His name was Yeon Gaesomun, and almost no one outside of Korea knows his name. Stay with me. To understand Yeon Gaesomun, you have to start with what he did before anyone knew his name. Goguryeo in the early 640s was in political crisis. The king was weak. The kingdom's court officials were divided over whether to maintain an alliance with Tang-Silla or resist it. Yeon Gaesomun was a military commander from a powerful family. In 642, he made his decision. He organized a military review, a ceremony, and invited the king's senior officials. When they were assembled, he ordered his soldiers to kill them. Over 100 officials died in a single afternoon. Then he went to the palace, killed the king, and installed a new, younger king who would do what he was told. He gave himself the title Daemangniji, equivalent to Prime Minister and Supreme Commander. He was the real power. The king was a title. Tang Taizong had watched all of this from China and concluded that Goguryeo under Yeon Gaesomun was going to be a problem. He was right. Yeon Gaesomun immediately began strengthening Goguryeo's western defenses, the frontier with Tong, and formed alliances with the kingdom of Baekje to Goguryeo's south. Taizong sent diplomatic missions demanding submission. Yeon Gaesomun sent them back. In 644, Taizong personally decided to lead a campaign. He spent months preparing naval forces, logistics, siege equipment. He believed, reasonably, given his record, that the campaign would be decisive. He was wrong. Tang forces made significant early gains. Several fortresses fell. The campaign looked promising. Then they reached Ansi fortress. Ansi was commanded by a general whose name is not recorded in most sources. What is recorded is that he held. The Tang army besieged Ansi for 88 days. The fortress held. The supplies ran out and winter was coming. Taizong gave the order to withdraw. The commander of Ansi fortress appeared on the walls as the Tang army departed and bowed in respect. Taizong, in a recorded gesture, sent back a gift of silk, acknowledging the defense. Tang forces withdrew. Total gain, some border territory, no strategic victory. Taizong returned to Chang'an and almost immediately began planning a second campaign. In 647, Tang forces attacked again. This time, coordinating army and navy in a two-front approach. The campaign gained nothing significant. In 648, a third attempt was launched, also inconclusive. Taizong died in 649 before he could mount a fourth campaign. His physicians believed, and historians have noted, that the physical and psychological toll of the Korean failures contributed to his early decline. The man who stopped him, Yeon Gaesomun, outlived him by nearly 2 decades. But here is where the story turns. Yeon Gaesomun died in 606. His three sons immediately began fighting over who would inherit his power. One of them, the eldest, defected to Tang China and offered to guide Tang forces through Goguryeo defenses. Tang, now allied with the southern Korean kingdom of Silla, launched a coordinated campaign. By 668, Goguryeo had fallen. The kingdom Yeon Gaesomun had spent his life defending was gone within 2 years of his death. The line between a strong man's personal power and the survival of the state had been his own family. In Korean history, Yeon Gaesomun is a complicated figure. He killed his king. He ruled through violence. He was, by most definitions, a military dictator who destroyed the legitimate government to install himself. He also stopped Tang Taizong, a feat no one else in the known world managed. In the 20th century, he became a nationalist symbol in Korea. The Korean who beat China. This is a use of history that the historical evidence both supports and complicates. In Chinese histories, he is remembered as a rebel and troublemaker. In Korean textbooks, he is a defender. The same man, the same actions, filtered through two national narratives. Yeon Gaesomun overthrew a government to save a kingdom. Then his family destroyed the kingdom when he was gone. He beat the greatest general emperor in Chinese history 3 times. The kingdom he defended outlasted him by 2 years. Was he Goguryeo's greatest defender, or the man who hollowed out the institutions that would have survived his death? And the deeper question, does it matter why someone wins, if they win? This is the Dragon Throne. We cover the generals who fought impossible odds, the kingdoms that vanished, and the questions that histories on both sides of the border still can't agree on. Subscribe. New episode every week.